Good morning, everybody. It is Friday morning, January 12th. I have two or three things I want to tell you about. One is Phil did a little update yesterday on his channel and one of his car chats that he does, and he said that probably next week, it could always get canceled or postponed a couple of times, but he's doing a collaboration with Charlie Ward. Charlie Ward was one of the truthers that I started watching back in the beginning, so I am very interested to see what he and Charlie have to say together, especially on what they agree on and maybe disagree on, and I think that could be a very interesting discussion. Keep an eye out for that. Also, he said he was doing a collaboration with a prominent TikToker. I feel like is it Hugh or Ho or somebody. I see him talking good things about him lately. I haven't paid a whole lot of attention what this guy says, but there's another collaboration that he's going to be doing. So whether you love or hate any of these guys, I always think it's good to see where people agree at. So anyway, that's coming down the pike here before long. The main thing that I wanted to talk about was yesterday afternoon, we got a message from one of the managers. Of course, I was on the phone and I read the first line, and it was one of those where you could tell it was serious. And I'm like, oh my God, what are they doing? Are they cutting our hours? Are they laying people off? Are they what? And no, that was not what was going on. What she said was, because of all of the security hacks that had been happening with other title companies, because I've talked about this, Chicago Title got hit probably back in November, then First American and Fidelity, and all of these prominent title companies that or underwriters for title insurance had been hit, and we had gotten some of the overflow because they couldn't close at their offices. So I think our lead teams are thinking about, what would we do if this happened to us? And so they said, print out your next 30 days of schedule. They had us print out some very important documents that we would need in a closing, whether we, couldn't get into our systems, whether the internet went down, whether this, that, or the other, whatever happened that would affect us working with our clients like we do every day right now. And I got to thinking, I was like, oh God, do they know something? Have they been hearing rumblings from people? We talk about this is supposed to happen at any time and the internet's supposed to go down for 10 days. Maybe some of our leadership has heard that. So they're mentally getting prepared and getting us prepared at the office for something like that to happen so we can continue closing and not just be sitting there holding the bag for 10 days. So I wanted to share that with you guys. And I also want you to think about, how would your daily life be affected if certain things disappeared for a little while? A few years ago, I sat down with one of my aunts and we went through everybody's phone numbers, and I can't remember if we did addresses or if we just did phone numbers, but we have it on paper somewhere. I need to look it up. Do you have anything like that? Do you have in writing phone numbers that you could reach somebody if you needed to? If you lose your phone, I can't remember anybody's phone number. I barely remember my office phone number. I remember mine. If it doesn't rhyme, I don't remember anybody's phone number. So I wouldn't be able to get into contact with anybody if I lost my phone or anything like that. So I just want to throw that out. Think about that. What would you do if something serious did happen? Are you prepared is the question. And the other thing, I don't know if you guys know who Andy Cohen is. He's one of the head honchos for Bravo, which is, I used to watch a lot of Bravo, Real Housewives, this, that, and the other. My favorite right now is Southern Charm. But he is going around, he got hacked, a very serious credit card hack, I guess. He had lost his credit card, and he said he got an email from the bank, and he was like, oh, well, this is probably something about the credit card that I lost. He clicked on a link, he talked to people, and they had a very elaborate plan in place, and he fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. So he is out on the circuits right now talking about this, about the importance of not clicking on links and how easy it is to, mistake somebody, think that it's true, and when it's not, and everything. I talk about that a lot on here. He's one more person that has been affected by that. These title companies have been affected by that. This is ramping up. That is the point of this message. These hacks, these cutting people off at the knees is ramping up big time. I feel like it might have to do with their normal money source that has to do with little people maybe drying up. Hopefully that's been the plan for the last 3 years, right? Dry that up. So they're looking for other ways to make money. So just be cautious. That's all I want to remind you of, is be cautious. It's pouring down rain today in Indiana. It's going to be super cold over the weekend. What's going on in Indiana this weekend is one of the reasons that a lot of people hate it here. I don't hate Indiana. I love the spring. I love the fall. That to me is worth it. I'll go through some of this stuff for a few days so I can enjoy what happens in the spring and the fall. But man, it's going to be kind of miserable here, and somewhat kind of miserable all over the United States from the look of it. So anyway, if you have 3-day weekend, enjoy that. If not, I will talk to you later. Oh, I do have a quantum healing session on Monday. So if she will let me discuss what comes out of that, hopefully some interesting stuff, I can talk about that next week on the channel. And if not, then assume that she wants to keep it private. I will talk to you later, and have a great weekend. Bye.